Hello and welcome to Life on Board AmyJo. And while we were in Chester, we visited the Grosvenor Park. It's a public park right in the centre of the city, and it consists of 20 acres of land overlooking the River Dee. It's regarded as one of the finest and most complete examples of Victorian parks in the northwest of England, if not nationally. The land, which formerly consisted of fields, was given to the city by Richard Grosvenor, 2nd Marquess of Westminster. The Marquess also paid for the design of the park by Edward Kempt, and it was laid out in 1865 to 1866 and opened with great celebration in November 1867. Can you spot the stray flower?
Yeah.
Pink amongst the sea of red. While we was having a wander down by the groves in Chester, we came across a new YouTube vlogger called Joe, and his channel is The Voyage of Lydia. He's just started out, and here's a little excerpt of his vlog style. I think you'll find you'll enjoy it.
You know in the intro section when I talk about setting off onto the network after I completed the renovations on Lydia?
When the renovation is finished, I'll be setting off onto the network for an even bigger adventure.
That bit? That's happening a lot earlier than planned. Because I'm about to set off on an epic adventure all the way up to Cheshire along nearly 90 miles of the Trent and Mersey Canal, because I'm starting a new job up there.
So there you go, give Joe's vlog, The Voyage of Lydia, a look. I think you'll find it's interesting. He's a good vlog. And while we were down by the groves, we decided that we would go out on one of the Chester trip boats and have a little run up the River Dee. We used to sail this section of the River Dee, so it would be lovely to see it again from our dinghy perspective. The River Dee flows through North Wales and through Cheshire in England. The length of the main section from Bala to Chester is 113 kilometres or 70 miles long and is largely located in Wales. The stretch between Alford and Chester is within England, and two other sections form the border between the two countries. This dinghy park here is our old dinghy sailing club. It's the Chester Sailing and Canoeing Club, and it's where we used to race our dinghy, and I used to teach children and adults how to sail. We've had many a happy hour here and still miss it today. Opposite the sailing club is the Chester Meadows. It's an area of unspoilt water meadows situated in the Earl's Eye of the River Dee in Chester. It's home to an abundance of wildlife, and the meadows are unique in being so close to the centre of a busy city, yet offer a peaceful place to enjoy surrounded by nature. Good morning everyone, and we've had our 48-hour stay now at Chester, and we're making a move now back down the Shroppie, and it's a bit breezy today, as you can tell by the flag behind me. Winds are due to pick up. We've got Storm Kathleen coming in tonight, so I want to get out of town because it's a weekend. Chester's not the best of places to be at weekends with all the nightclubs and the rowdy drunks. So we're pulling out today. We're probably going to go back to Vickers Cross. Good morning. The gentleman on the boat there just called out, so we keep crossing paths, and you can see it just at the back there. Yeah, we're leaving Chester now, hopefully for the last time this year. We'll obviously be back, but the plan now is to try and get down to Tattenhall over the next few days, because we have to go to Birmingham for the Channel 4 thing that we're doing, and then after that hopefully we can get going on our cruise. We keep saying we're going on a summer cruise, and I often wonder whether we're actually going to, but I think we will. But while I'm on and I've got time, just to let you know, we did say we weren't going to go to Crick. Well, we've decided now we are going to Crick, but we're only going on the Saturday. And that's because Gary, Captain Phillips from Chuggabug, he's having his sponsored beard cut, and we would like to be there to give him some support for that. He's raised nearly £1,500, beg your pardon, which is a absolutely wonderful thing for cancer. And so we want to be there to encourage him and give him support. So we'll be going to Crick on the Saturday. We're going to drive down by car, spend the day there, and that's it. So if you are thinking of doing Crick and you do spot us there, do give us a shout, do come up and say hello. We love it when people say hello to us, and we'll see you there if you're going. And if you're wondering where Chris is this morning, she's down below. I've told her she is not to do anything today in this wind. I don't want her straining herself, and you know, she's still got to take it easy from the op. So we'll see how we go today. I'm single-handing basically. So here we are at Hollyland Lock, and there was a boat went up ahead of us, but this lock leaks so badly that it was almost empty anyway. So I've just opened the paddles, I'm just letting the water through. Chris and Smudge have stayed on the boat to keep an eye on it. They're down through the bridge there, just below the lock, and then I'll open both gates because I'm going to go and bring the boat in, because in this wind I don't want Chris handling it, because I don't think she is confident enough to do it. So we'll see. Now, the fact we're the only boat in the lock, I've only cracked the ground paddle. I've not opened the gate paddle yet. So we're just letting it come up slowly and naturally and gently. If there were two boats, I'd whack them both open, but if you throw them both open, what happens? AmyJo gets thrown from side to side. As you can see, she's starting to drift over now. So we just keep the one paddle open. There's very little turbulence as a result, and she's coming up nice and steady. I'm going to take it a little bit steady on this one. As you can see, it's quite a vicious lock this, and I've barely cracked the paddles, so we're just taking our time and letting it fill slowly. I'm also worried that that side is right on the wall. And last time we lost a rivet down there, so we'll just have to see how it goes. I've got her tied on, so she's quite safe.
It does seem strange seeing Steve do my job though. I'd be happier up there than I am down here. But he's doing well. He's keeping a good lookout for the bow of AmyJo.
So when you're doing these locks, coming out of Chester and you're coming up them, and the double locks, what we found works for us, and it might not be the right way to do it, but I always crack the ground paddle on the opposite side of the boat. And as you can see, the water comes into the lock on the vacant side of the lock, and it's pushing AmyJo onto the wall. So AmyJo, provided Chris keeps her back in the lock, AmyJo will sit there quite quietly while the lock fills. Once it's over the sill, then we can open the other paddle and everything should be good.
There's a dead fish in there. It's not good, is it?
And as you can see, I've only cracked the paddle. It's barely halfway open. It's probably about a quarter, and that's all it needs. I wouldn't do any more than that until the sill is well covered. We found in these locks it's best not to rush. Take your time and just relax and enjoy the moment while you're in the lock.
Right. This is what Steve has to do at the moment. Taking his time, holding on tight, going up the ladder with the centre line. Oh, right. Just now, take you around that way. This one has got a bridge, so it's easier to get from A to B. Get down, Smudge. These are the heavy gates. So. There we are. And look, you see all the way through down to the bottom. That's why this lock always empties itself. Quite a lot of greenery on the walls. And like, there's lots of patches in this lock. You can see, I think, sort of there. And further up there, there's sticky out bits that obviously going up you need to watch that your boat doesn't actually get caught on them. Right. Just hope the boat don't drift out too far. And stay, Smudge. That's it. That's the third lock done for today. So that is it, isn't it?
Yep, that's it. We're done for locks. Go and get moored up now before the storm hits.
So, whose job do you like best, yours or mine?
I quite enjoy yours actually. I enjoy doing the locks for a change.
When it's not so windy, I'll do them, I
Yeah.
think. It's a bit windy today. But at least I can still do them, just
Yeah.
need a bit more practice.
And you're getting your confidence in the double locks again now as well.
Yeah. It was a bit hairy down there, swinging backwards and forwards. There we go.
All done.
That's us for today. We've moored up just a little bit further back than what we were before. We've got a gap in the trees so that we can get the solar. And obviously if the high winds, we're not directly under a tree. They all look quite stable though here, so that's good. And where's Smudgeroo gone? There he is. You being a good boy, Smudge? He's eating grass.